Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mirobidov Mirislom. Currently, I'm studying at the Tashkent State University of Economy, Faculty of Management, MO21 group. So today, I'm going to show you my final exam work, analyzing the impact of manufacturing affecting goods exports and GDP per capita in Belgium. So. This is our 20 requirements for making Stata. This is my first part of my video. In this part, we will go we will learn about how to get data from World Bank and importing Excel into Stata and making do and log file and how to analyze it, and some word pre- interpretation. So let's start our work. We should go to the Google and we should write World Bank data. So first one is our website. So we will choose sorry country, and my country is Belgium. So, yes. So here's you can see informations, datas. We can download it from Excel spreadsheet. So download it. So we can see I already opened it. Here is the old data. There are so many data and variables. There you can see. So for analyzing some variables, we will choose it. For example, indicator name, this is actually years, you can see. And how we copy it, like we click on here and copy and put on our new spreadsheet like this. We will choose it trust position. Here you can see this is satellite backup. So here you can see we can choose another variables. So I don't want to waste my time. I already chose my data variables. Here you can see there are years, population, GDP per capita, manufacturing, exports of goods and services, military expenditure, and foreign direct investment. So how we can import our file to the Stata? I will show you. So importing for our data, we will go to the file and import Excel spreadsheet, browse. Here you can see our data, Belgium data. Open it. We'll wait a little bit. So we will choose first one for like this, for becoming like this, and okay. So here you can see our seven variables is here. So we should see our variables. Browse. Here you can see red color variables data. Datas are strings for data, and black and blue color variables are it's all right for data. It's great. So how we can do blue color instead of red. Uh, we can click on uh, close, and we can uh, change our color various strings like writing in code, and we choose strings variable years, and we should write gen, its meaning of generating, short of generating, generate. We'll choose again years, and we change a little bit like this, enter, and again browse. Here's you can see our years change it to the blue color, which means it's okay for Stata. Okay, close it. And so what we are gonna do, and you can see there are 2 years. We should delete one of them. How we can delete it? We should write drop, and we can drop it our strangest variable like this. So you can see our another years variable deleted our stata, and we can also move our variables like this. For example, move, and we choose any variable, for example manufacturing and population. Here you can see manufacturing and population changed their places. So that's all, and we can save it. um, Belgium detail. So that's all. How to create a detail file. Okay, it's save it, and we can close it. And so in this part, we learn about how to do log do and log file. Oh, sorry. Uh, we should write no before opening log file. We choose file and log begin. Uh, Untitled. Instead of untitled, we can write Belgium log. So we should choose log. The, here you can see our log file started from here. So do file is crucial for Stata for analyzing, and we write some codes to the do file. How we can create it? If you don't have do file, you can create from here do file, and you should write your codes, commands, which is used in your analyze. I don't want to waste my time to create. I've already created my do file. Here you can see. So let's start with the first comment. SSC install doc. Enter. We will wait a little bit for installing. Here you can see our code is start. So our next comment is sdocsum. We'll copy it. Word. Here as you can see our descriptive statistics. We'll copy it and go to our Word file. So descriptive statistics summarize and provide basic information about the characteristics of the data, specifically the central tendency, variability, and the range of the variables. First one is ops. It's the number of observations or data points for each variable. Mean. The average value of the variable across all observations, standard deviation, the measure of how spread out the values of the variable are from the mean. The smallest minimum, the smallest value observed for the variable. So next one is the maximum, the largest value observed for the variable. So we'll go to the again data. Our next card, our next card is two-way test line. You can see. We'll copy it from there, copy, and turn our raw file. Here you can see I already put my graph. A graph is a typically produced using time series modeling or trend analysis. It represents population change over a given number of years and population, showing the overall trend and possible fluctuations. X-axis years represents the passage of time, and y-axis displays a population count. Trend line, this one shows the increasing trend indicating population growth over time. The model used could be linear regression, logarithms growth model, or nonlinear trend model, depending on how the data was analyzed. So, uh, our next code is scatter. Repeat. Put on there. Stick. You can see scatter plots. Copy it. Put on Word file. This is another graph of this line. Scatter plot. Uh, this is a behaviority analyze model commonly used to study correlation between two economic variables. It may represent a simple linear regression model or correlation analyzed between GDP per capita and experts. X-axis GDP per capita represents income per person, and the y-axis, experts of goods and services, measures the volume of experts. Scatter points shows the relationship between the two variables. The upward trend suggests a positive correlation, meaning that as the GDP per capita increase, experts also tend to increase. Okay. Go to the data. And our next comment, two-way scatter, we will copy it and put on our stand. Copy it and put on Word file. Here, as you can see, another scatter plots. You can change another variables, and you can achieve another scatter points. Scatter plot with the fitted regression line. This is a fitted regression line. This is a simple linear regression model used to estimate the relationship between two variables. The fitted line represents the predicted values based on regression equation. X-axis, expert of goods and services, represents the volume of experts, and y-axis, it's also GDP per capita, represents income per person. This is a scatter point, show individual data observation. Fitted line represents a linear trend between experts and good uh, GDP per experts and GDP per capita. A slight upward slope suggests a weak positive relation, meaning that an increase in experts might be associated with an increase in GDP per capita, but the relationship does not appear very strong. So go to this data and let's let's see another uh, comment. Enter. Here, as you can see, we will copy it and put our Word file. Here's some pairwise correlation matrix. This one, So correlation metric displays the pairwise correlation coefficient between variables, quantifying the strength and direction of linear relationships. The values range from -1 to +1, where +1 indicates perfect positive correlation and the -1 indicates perfect negative correlation. 0 indicates no correlation. The correlation between population and the other variables is displayed in the first column. Population with the GDP per capita, manufacturing experts, and another. A positive number like zero point 0.5 population and GDP per capita indicates a moderate positive correlation. Significance. This is a significance with a signed with the star. The asterisks next to certain correlations indicate statistical significance. For example, zero point 0.5 population and GDP per capita means the correlation is a statistically significant at the 5% level. Number of observations. This one is the number of observations. The matrix also shows the number of observations used for each pair of variables. For example, 64 observations for population and GDP per capita. Here you can see. Entrepreneurship interpretation of key correlations, population and GDP per capita, zero point 0.5, moderate positive correlation, manufacturing and experts, 0. Almost 9, strong positive correlation, military expenditure and population is, however, a negative zero point 0.8, strong negative correlation, meaning as military expenditure increases, population tends to decrease in the data or vice versa. Negative correlation, FDI with the military expenditure, negative 0.09, a very weak negative correlation suggesting a slight inverse relationship between FDI and military expenditure. Statistical significance, values with the p-values shown as a significance value age 0.000 and 0.004 indicate how likely the correlation is to be due to chance. Lower values closer to 0 mean higher statistical significance. Here, as you can see, negative relations. So, our next comments. P-norm test. We will copy it. Put on a Word file. Here, as you can see, p-norm. The image shows a probability plot, PP plot, which compares empirical probabilities without theoretical normal distribution probabilities. The blue dots here, blue dot represent the empirical cumulate distribution function, while the black line represents the accepted expected uh, normal distribution. This is a probability plot commonly used to assess whatever data set follows a specified theoretical distribution. In this case, the normal distribution, the x-axis represents empirical probabilities calculated as. The y-axis represents normal theoretical probabilities. If the data follow normal distributions, the point should lie close to diagonal line. Deviations from the line indicate departures from normality. So next, our next one is a histogram. Here, as you can see, copy it, put on WordPad. Histogram. So I will already put. This is a histogram with a kernel density estimates generated in a Stata 18. It's visualize the distribution of population data. A histogram with a kernel density estimation KDE is used to show a frequency distribution of data while smoothing the distribution with the kernel density curve. The blue bars represent the histogram, which groups the population data into pins and shows their frequency. This is the blue bars. The black curve represents the kernel density estimates, providing a smooth approximation of the underlying probability distribution. The x-axis represents population, while the y-axis represents density frequency per unit. This visualization helps analyze distribution shape, skewness, and modality, number of peaks. So next comment. Graph box. We will copy it and put on Word file. Graph box. This is a graph box used to summarize a distribution of experts of goods and services. A graph box is a graphical representation of data distributions that highlights central tendencies, spread potential outliers. The box represents a interquartile range, IQR, the middle 50% of data. The horizontal line inside the box, the box is the median, middle value, and the whiskers extend to the minimum and the maximum values within 1.5 times the IQR. If present outliers would appear as individual points beyond the whiskers. This is another 50%. So our next comment, Shapiro-Wilk test. We will copy it and put on our Word file. Shapiro-Wilk test. The output shows the Shapiro-Wilk test W test for normal data, which tests whatever a variable follows a normal distribution. The Shapiro-Wilk test is a statistical test that evaluates whatever data comes from normality distributed population. W test the statistic closer to 1 suggests normality. A transformation of W used for computing Z standardized for test statistic probability high from Z p-value if p less than 0.05, the null hypothesis of normality is rejected. All variables here FDI experts and population have p-values less than 0.05, meaning they device significantly from normality. The population variable has the lowest p-value 0.00046, indicating the strongest deviation from normality. So our next cause, a stock, sorry, a stock regression. We will copy it and put on. So our next command is dog regression. Enter. We will also copy it and put our Word file. Okay, we put. So our next comments. I know what test is. Stat with. We will copy it and put our Word file. Multiple linear regression. So model definition. The dependent variable y hat. This is a This is a predicted value for your dependent variable based on the independent variables. Independent variables this is include population, military expenditure, and manufacturing. With variance inflation factors, this is used to detect multiple multicollinearity. Higher with values indicate high multicollinearity between independent variables. Mean width is 2.9, indicating low multicollinearity. Model explanation. Multiple linear regression estimates the relationship between multiple predictors, population, military expenditure, and manufacturing, and dependent variable y hat. The width values shows that none of the predictors have a severe multicollinearity signs the widths are below 10. The missing values are 35 in a total, indicate that some observations didn't have a data for one or more of the variables, resulting in the inability to predict the value y hat for those cases. In summary, the model is a predicting on outcome based on three predictor variables with no significant multicollinearity affecting the model's reliability. So next one is a predict y hat. Let's so I said there are certified missing values generated. So next one is this code. We will copy it and put on Word file. This this graph visualizes the distribution of predicted values y hat from a linear regression model. Blue bars represents a histogram of predicted values, estimated GDP per capita based on regression model. Black curve, kernel density estimate, KDE, which smooths the distribution to show overall trends, and x-axis linear prediction, and y-axis density. The distribution appears multimodal, meaning predictions cluster around multiple values rather than following normal distributions. This suggests that the model might not capture all underlying patterns, or the data might have subgroups. If normality is an assumption for inference, further diagnostic residual analysis are recommended. So go to the Stata, and our next card is Graphbox Whitehead. Copy it and put on board file. Graphbox. As I said, Graphbox, this is a linear prediction of Graphbox. A Graphbox is a visual summary of distribution predicted values y hat from the regression model, showing the median, quartiles, and potential outliers. Box interquartile range represents the middle 50%, I said, of predicted values. Horizontal line the central value of predictions. Whiskers indicates the range of most predictions, excluding extreme outliers. X-axis shows the predicted values of the dependent variable. Linear prediction. Linear prediction. These predictions are fairly spread out, suggesting some variation in the model's estimates. The median is slightly below the center, which might indicate slightly skew in predictions. There are no extreme outliers, implying the model's predictions are reasonable constant. So, our next and last comment, Swilk Shapiro-Wilk test. We'll copy it, put on Word file. Shapiro loop test. This is a test used to access whatever a variable, in this case y hat, follows a normal distribution. It's commonly used for small to medium sample sizes. The test statistic for the Shapiro loop test, which measures the departure of the data from normality. Values close to 1 suggest that the data is normally distributed. The variance of the statistic, the standardized statistic used to assess the significance of the W statistic, probability higher than the p-value, which indicates the probability of observing the data if it were normally distributed. A p-value greater than 0.05 typically means data does not significantly deviate from normality. Model explanation. Y hat is a variable being tested for normality. The Shapiro-Wilk statistic W equals 0.9 is close to 1, suggesting that the data is approximately normally distributed. Probability higher than z equals 0.08, since the p-values is greater than 0.05. We don't reject the null hypothesis that the data is normally distributed. Therefore, there is no significant evidence to say that y hat deviates from normality. In summary, the test suggests that the variable y hat follows a normal distribution at the 5 significance level. Go to this data. This is my last comment, and we should close our log file. Uh, Log close. Here you can see our log file closed. It says time. So we can close it because down we save it log file. Don't save. Okay. Today, in this part, uh, we did first one and importing exel into Stata. I showed you how to make a do and a log file, and we analyze it, and we do some word interpretation. And thank you for attention.